What is going on, guys? My name is Ajay Plays. Welcome back to another video, and today, yeah, we're back. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting video, mostly because there is one that I have already done, and I'm not gonna show it on camera. Actually, I probably should. Yeah, fuck it. Give me a second here. Okay, so the one I wasn't going to show, that I have decided I'm now going to, even though I've already done it on the channel before. You may recognize this piece. So this is my second X-Shot Dread, because I broke my first one quite a while back, actually. I did, for some reason, I decided to keep the slide, the Sonic one, and I just thought, fuck it, you know, I've got this one, the other one's in the drawer, and I thought I'd have the new one with a remnant of the old one, and I wasn't going to show that, but now I have, because that's part of the new ones that I have for at least this one. There are two more that are coming within the next week or so, hopefully. In fact, one of them should realistically either be here today or tomorrow, but I don't know. So again, like the last one, this will be filmed in two pieces and then stitched together and all that kind of thing. So for this whole video, the whole thing, we've got 8 right now, including that one, the new Dread. We've got 6. I've already showed you one, so I guess let's just get into this. First one I have is the X-Shot Bug Attack Eliminator. Now, looking at it, it looks like a shotgun. It's got a double barrel. Direct prime. This thing must fire both. Let me just show you this here. It doesn't. It's not. I can't even say it's a smart air restrictor, because it isn't. I've taken this thing apart to try and, you know, get it to shoot both. To do that, I would have to rebarrel this thing entirely, and I'd have to do the thing I just said, because instead of having the air restrictor system that Nerf uses all the fucking time on everything for some reason, this has a wheel in it that has a cutout and then a flat cut, flat cut, flat, and then goes back to the initial cut. Now, every time you pull this back, it rotates between the left and the right barrel. So basically, the only way you're going to make this thing into an actual shotgun is if you rebarrel it to remove that air restrictor system. On top of having dart posts in there, which forbids you from using short darts, which you'd have to remove, as well as the actual sprung air restrictors within this thing. So essentially, turning something that should be a shotgun into a shotgun requires more work than the actual thing itself. Now, my rant about that over. This thing is nice. If I wanted to put a spring in it, it would work, because it's direct prime, unlike the rough cut where you've got to pump that shish. That doesn't work with stronger springs, mostly because the gears in that are plastic, because, you know, how dare something be quality? But anyway, so the pullback, fairly nice, and then you just pop it off. The recoil isn't even actually that much. There's basically none whatsoever. This is more of a mare's leg kind of design, even though it's not a leather. Even though that would be quite nice to use as like a leather system, just and I don't know. I'm sure somebody somewhere has managed to make this thing lever action, but that's just the stylistic choice. It does kind of block the grip a little bit. Moving on to the grip. The grip is decently sized. You know, it's nothing tiny. Although Prime does actually make contact with your hand, especially if you've got fatter hands like I have. Luckily it is flat under there, so there's no like points coming out or anything. So they kind of knew what they were doing when they designed it, because they had to make everything underneath it flat. So design is kind of flawed, but you know, it's a shotgun. It looks cool. It's got the bug juice on it. I don't know what the heck it is. It looks like bug jizz, but it's not bug jizz. The bug stuff on the grip doesn't actually get in the way of the grip. If anything, it gives it a little bit more texture, which I do quite like. It just means that your hands don't move off of it as easily. But yeah, like the stock on this thing is abysmal. Like, you're never actually gonna like be properly choked up on this thing, mostly because if you try to prime it with your shoulder on the stock, you jam your eye out and all that kind of thing. But overall, this thing is a solid little shotgun looking blaster gun, whatever, and it's just a little guy, you know. It's just a little guy that fires surprisingly well and surprisingly hard considering its egg shot. But you know, it's overall, if you're looking for something that looks like a shotgun but isn't, I don't know how many people would be looking for that, but you know, that's an aesthetic people like. You know, they like the look of the shotgun, but they don't like the functionality of the shotgun, which is completely fair. But yeah, I mean, X-Shot Eliminator. If you like this kind of thing, and the grip is the grip is small. You can tell this was made for very young kids, because the grip on it, this whole thing is actually just tiny. But yeah, I mean, if you want one of these, then basically the only way you're going to find them is secondhand nowadays. They don't make these new anymore, as far as I'm aware, unless there's like an X-Shot like white recolor of this thing, which I highly doubt. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's just, it captures the aesthetic of a shotgun. It kind of, you know, that's a shotgun. It's a shot. It's good. It's good. It's dumb. I like dumb. You know this. So yeah, I mean, again, you'll only find this thing secondhand. If you want it, then go for it. Man, I personally recommend something like this just because it's fun. You know, it's just dumb fun, and I like dumb fun. So yeah, that is the X-Shot Eliminator. Moving on, we got some more Nerf Doomlands, baby. This is the Vagabond, or the Vagabond. I don't know how you're actually supposed to say that. I'm just taking it from Coop 772 Mission, obviously. So this thing is long. Prime, and then trigger pull. Now, I did remove the dart posts in these so that I can shoot short darts, which is why you don't see anything in there. But the prime is smooth. Slamfire. So the prime is smooth, the prime is nice. The cylinder rotates on trigger pull, which is, again, a rather interesting decision to make. But, you know, the Prime is fairly light, and it does... It's a 6-shot. It's basically a pump action. What's the... I'm just gonna say a pump action Maverick, because it's basically what happens if you combine a rough cut with a Maverick. You know, the capacity and all that kind of thing. But it's a big boy for 6 shots, and at that point you might as well just like soft trigger a rough cut. The Sunfire is consistent at least, but yeah, this thing is huge. It's essentially pistol class, but it looks like a primary. It's got the capacity of a pistol class, but you know, the form factor of a secondary. Overall, this guy is big. Not as big as the last one I'm going to cover in this section at least. But you know, it's a thing. The grip is essentially the same as the rough cuts grip, but with extra detailing that makes it thicker and worse. Its texturing is nice at least, but grips are usually kind of contour inward the higher up it you get. This widens the more you like choke up on the grip to try and get somewhere decent. Overall, the Doodlands Vagabond, I still don't know how the fuck you're supposed to say that. Overall, it's big for what it is, but it's dumb fun, and as all of you know, I love dumb fun. And yeah, it is essentially just a 6. It's basically just a pump action Maverick. Yeah, it's a big boy. So I've got darts here anyway. So you drop it in, and then you drop it in, and then you drop it in. You turn the cylinder around, and then you fire. So yeah, it's a big. It fires good. It fires pretty good. Consistency is definitely there. Line of sight though is practically inexistent because of how you have to hold this thing. Like, there's so much weight at the front still, even though there is basically no weight to this thing at all. You know, I fumbled that, but you know, it's big. It's a pump. I like pump action stuff, mostly because of the reminder of the shotgun heritage. But overall, do I recommend this? Unless you're a dumbass like me that likes this kind of this stupid shit, not really. If you need a 6-shot capacity, then get like a disruptor or a strong arm. There we go, I finally remember the name. Get like a strong arm or a disruptor, or even a Maverick. You'll probably do better with a Maverick than you would this thing. But yeah, I mean, I like it. I like dumb shit. So, you know, that is the Vagabond. Okay, next up, the only flywheeler that's going to be in this video. Hold on. If you're in the Nerf community, you're going to recognise that sound. I got a stockade. I got a stockade. I don't know why I have a stockade. Because I have a Strife, I have a Raven, I have all sorts of different things. And yet I still wanted a stockade. I was gonna get a barricade, you know, the original, like, N-Strike Yellow version of this, and then I remember that that's made for N-Strike Whistlers, not Elite Darts, and the performance out of that thing would have been absolutely atrocious, and this does not perform any better. I mean, it performs up to par for the time, but other than that, it doesn't really do much else. And these motors are insanely slow to slow down. Like, I'm gonna just let it get up to full. That's full rev. And there we go. This thing slows down really slow, but you know, it's old, it's janky, it's fun, and the trigger's stuck again. God damn it! Well done. There we go. That's something that happens sometimes as well. The trigger sometimes does get stuck. But overall, I mean, this guy is basically just very wobbly. So this thing is basically just a 10-shot Strife, but with a cylinder instead of a magazine, and a switch instead of a rev trigger. And yeah, this thing takes 3 AA batteries, not 4, 3. And that's why it performs worse than a Strife, because there is one less AA, which is 1.5 volts, I believe, less. So technically this is a 4.5, I believe it's a 4.5 volt system. Whereas a Strife and a Raven, they are 6 volt systems. Therefore, there's a little bit less speed going to the wheels, therefore, they don't come out of the wheels as quick. Oh, but do you want to know why it's called the Stockade? Because it came with a stock. That is purely the reason. This thing was called the Stockade. Because it came with this tiny ass stock. It does not work on anything else because it is too small. But because this thing was made for the Stockade, it works perfectly fine. Just in case you wanted to turn your pistol into a SMG, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, like the foregrip, there is no foregrip. The cylinder, when there's darts in it, the cylinder your hand can get in the way of the cylinder, which is why you kind of have to C-clamp it, where it's just like you grip around the barrel. Like, yes, that is effective, but like you're not getting much of anything out of this thing. If you've got a Strife or a Raven, don't bother with this thing. It performs worse. It takes... the only pro I could think of is that it takes less batteries and that it has more capacity out of the box. But the Strife can take box magazines, which go from 6 to fucking 50. Hello, Mr. Titan. Yes, he's still back there. Like, I don't know. Modifications for this thing practically non-existent, because apparently if you try and upgrade the batteries, these motors burn out. I don't know. I haven't really tried anything because I'm not an electrical wizard. I don't do electrical mods. Mostly because I'm too stupid and I'm afraid I'll fuck them up and have to buy them again. like with the Infamous. Quick thing on the Infamous, obviously in the previous thumbnail, or is it the previous one? I don't know. It's been a while. In the video with the Hyperfire and the Infamous as the thumbnail, you can see that I have two 30-round drums, when in the video I only had one. That is because the day after I filmed that video, or the day after I filmed the section of that video with the Infamous in it, that Infamous died. It was still receiving power, but for some reason, I'm guessing the wiring was at fault for that one. Not the battery corrosion, which is what I thought would have got it, but because it was still receiving power, that means the battery corrosion hadn't got to it. But yeah, the first Infamous, the Infamous that I showed in that video, that Infamous died. I tried taking it apart, fiddling with the switches, all that kind of thing. Nothing. Nothing worked. It didn't want to fire, it didn't want to rev, it didn't want to do anything. So I got another Infamous. And I got that Infamous, I think the day I bought that Infamous, the day I filmed the second segment of that video, and then it came by the time I'd combined the videos together and made the thumbnail, which was, I made the thumbnail the same day I uploaded the video. So it's probably been about a month or so now.
And good news.
Oh shit. I haven't had to buy a third one. I am so thankful that I haven't had to buy a third one of these, because I love this thing. You know, it is the epitome of Hasbro being
Ridiculous Hasbro, but you know, that's one of them.
Back to the Stockade, the thing I was talking about. The Stockade is fine. The Stockade will get you through a game if you're absolutely desperate. Even if you're not desperate, this thing will get you through a game, but excuse me. Unless you're being an idiot like me, or you just really don't want to have a rev trigger for whatever reason, a Stockade isn't really worth it. But you know, it's legendary, it's classic, it's the Stockade. The stock has been dunked on so many times because it only really works with the Stockade because it's too short for anything else. I think it's fine. I think the length of the Stockade stock is fine. Like, that is a good length of pull. It puts you at a decent distance, but anyway, that was the Stockade. Right. Our newest instance of N-Series. The N-Series Pinpoint. This is a sniper rifle, essentially. That's removing the air restrictor of is piss easy. So that's what I've done. And now it fires insanely hard. A lot harder than it would, come on, out of the factory. And it comes with a 10-round magazine, translucent. Comes with 18 N-Series darts, so not even a full mag. Not even two full mags. It is compatible with the Sprinter's 16-round magazine, which is very specific. And obviously this works in the Sprinter just as well. You load your darts in the top. You've got the feeding lips, and then you just push it in, pull back, push forward, and you fire. Now, performance of this thing out of the box, not great. The performance of this thing out of the box was kind of meh. It had some consistency issues. It didn't really want to feed properly. So I thought, fuck it, I'll take it upon myself to try and make this thing good. So I pulled it apart, took the air restrictor out, and I had to take out another piece. I'm guessing that was a lock of some sort, because it primes buttery smooth now. And you don't have to prime it to take the magazine out. You don't have to like pull back to take the mag out. But you know, see that because it's flat, it's like it just goes in and comes out. Overall, the performance of the Pinpoint, now that I've taken the air restrictor out, which again, piss easy. Like, you clip 2 or 3 bits of plastic off of the plunger head, the outside of the plunger, and the restrictor just comes out. It falls out. It's almost like Hasbro is begging you to modify these N-Series blasters to make them shoot harder, because they know they can. They've even got padded plunger heads, so that if you do take the air, they don't destroy themselves. Hasbro has made these. This one, and I believe the Maverick, the Strong Arm N-Series knockoff one, I can't remember what it is. They've made these things with padded plunger heads, so that, you know, you want to put a bigger stinky spring in it. If you can find a spring that fits, you can put a bigger stinky spring in it, and it can fire even fucking harder. And the plunger won't crack because it's got a layer of padding on it. Why didn't you do this for Elite, Hasbro? Like, if there wasn't padding on that plunger head, that would have been about 5 times louder. And also, good thing, do that. My lord, look at that. It's a screw. It's a screw. Hasbro. Fuck. You had screws. You had screw on priming bars since the long shot. Since the OG long shot. Why have you only just started using these again? The screw-on priming bars are just so much better than the pop-in priming bars that were on like the Long Strike and the Centurion. Those are a pain in the ass. Because instead of just unscrewing it, you have to basically damage the priming rod, and then you'd have to find a second one, or just make a screw-on one. But yeah, back to the Pinpoint itself. I've seen several people dog on this thing since it's released. I don't know if I've just got a better one or not, but everything feels great about this. The grip is amazing. The stock just feels really nice. It's nice and kind of curved near your joint, and then flat everywhere else. The thumbhole stock has plenty of space. The length of pull is pretty good considering. And the sight, yes, it's a faux sight. It's not great, but you can still look through it and line up the edge of the barrel, the end of the thing, and it works perfectly fine. I don't understand the hate in this thing, honestly. The N-Series Pinpoint is good, and you haven't got to buy these things secondhand where they're potentially damaged or like rust-ridden, or in the case of poor baby Infamous, like corroded with anything. Yeah, if you get these secondhand, it might not come with a magazine, but you know, it's an N-Series magazine. N-Series magazines are proprietary anyway. And if you're getting an N-Series Pinpoint, you more than likely already have an N-Series like Sprinter or something else that's mag-fed. I think these are the only 2 mag-feds. Either way, people, Nerf community, don't dog on this thing. This thing feels great. The actual comfort on it is really good. Like, even without a mag on it, the foregrip still feels pretty good. And even then, if you want to C-clamp it, you can, because there's a fucking barrel shroud here that lets you do that. Or you can just use this. You can just use the front, the flat bit at the front as a foregrip. Yes, you won't get as much control over it as you would with a C-clamp, but still, don't dog on this thing. Just take out the air restrictor and remove. I don't know what piece came out of this thing. A piece just fell out. I put it back together and it works just fine. So I'm guessing generally it was some sort of trigger lock, but just remove the locks and this thing's fine. This thing is completely fine. Just because y'all don't like N-Series doesn't mean N-Series can't be good. This is good. I like this. Moving on. And the final thing for this segment is the dumbest thing I've ever bought. It's the Fortnite GL. It shoots rockets. Watch this. That nearly knocked over my Dark Catch, which is behind the camera, so that I can actually shoot. So yeah, instead of shooting, you know, these little things, these poxy little elite looking stuff, this shoots a missile. This shoots this thing. It's a 6-shot missile launcher. If you like missile launches, if you like Nerf missiles, try and find this thing. Obviously, I'm in the UK, so trying to find fucking Fortnite anything is a giant pain in the schlong. But I found this thing new for cheap, and it is worth it. Obviously, there's no spring, so you've got to. And there goes my Dark Catch with all my darts. God damn it. Either way, this thing is great. This thing is big. This thing is dumb. And I'm going to conclude this first part by saying that this thing is. And continuing on. So, first half, we covered several. You've just watched it. This half, we've only got 4. So, I'm going to start off small, get bigger. Starting off with Double Strike. The Zombie Strike Double Strike, which is a 2-shot Hammer Prime Smart AR, if you can see that in there. I took the dart posts out, obviously, because that's what I do. And then that fires half darts, and it fires them really well. Oh, shit me backwards. Anyway, so overall, so yeah, it's a Double Strike. It's just a little Hammer Prime pistol. Nothing crazy. 2 shots up front, obviously. The trigger feels really good though. Like it almost feels hinged. It's nice and crisp. Barely. There's no take up on that at all, and then it's just a clean break. I think for the size, this thing is comfortable. And obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of Hammer Prime, but it's a mini Hammer Prime thing. So, yeah. Also, if I start to get exceedingly sweaty, I apologize. I've closed the windows so that there is no wind interference kind of thing with the sound. And it's a mistake I am already regretting because it is hot as balls in the UK right now. Which is not fun, but you know. Anyway, moving back to the Double Strike. Of course, you've got a itty bitty little tack rail on the top. You got your wrapped pistol grip, which is what Zombie Strike was known for. You got your Hammer Prime. So, pull that down. It comes back up. General performance out of this thing, pretty good. Again, still haven't got a fucking chronograph yet. Like, oh, that's just okay. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, allergies. Excuse me. So, Double Strike. Yeah. Is a little guy. It's just a little guy. It's just a little pistol. It's practically made to be run in the pistol slot of a loadout, because you can't really do anything else. It's a Hammer Prime 2-shot pistol. Like, you're not going to use this as a primary. If you use this thing as a primary, I genuinely respect you, because it's so little. Like, it doesn't. The performance isn't that great, obviously. It's a Hammer Prime, so they had to put a weaker spring in it to make it a bit better. But overall, I like this little guy. I mean, it's small. It's not difficult to explain at all. It's just a little guy that you can carry around, maybe in a pocket or something. And yeah, he's just a little guy, you know? He's just a little guy. Do I recommend that you get the little guy? The Double Strike. If you want a very small, very compact little pistol that you can obviously Hammer Prime, then yeah, I suggest going for it. Obviously, you might want to take the dart posts out so that you can fire half lengths, because this thing fires half lengths really well, as you saw when I shot it about 2 or 3 minutes ago. And yeah, there's only really so much I can say on this thing, because it's just a 2-shot Hammer Prime pistol. There's not much I can say. So yeah, go get it. It's a perfect little loadout builder. Obviously, your preference of the hammer is definitely going to affect whether you want this or not, but you know, that's just personal opinion. But yeah, I mean, this little guy is good, solid. It's not going to fall apart on you. Thank God for that. I've already looked into modifying this, and it's the same spring as the Hammer Shot, or basically any of the other Hammer Prime stuff. So you know, yeah, it's just a little 2-shot hammer pimdle. It good. If you can find it, I'm not even going to say like if you can find this for cheap, like I do with a majority of this stuff. If you can just find this thing in general, go for it. It's a pretty solid little backup pistol. And speaking of pistols, we go from tiny to goddamn ridiculous. This, friends, is the Nerf Fortnite SP. This is a 3-round internal magazine pistol with a detachable silencer. Just oh, I can't go get that now. Damn it. So this thing is goddamn ridiculous. It's Nerf Fortnite. Of course it's fucking ridiculous. This thing is big. It's big. It's the same size as the Double Strike or whatever. Yeah. The pistol itself. We're gonna go to the pistol itself because the barrel is just barrel. Pistol itself. It's got end strike lug, and that's about it. Yeah. I mean, you've got a fake fucking no plastic laser sight on it, which is just hollow and probably better for priming than using to aim. You've got what looks to be a fake hammer on the back. I don't know. The grip on this, though, is surprisingly comfortable. The grip on this thing is surprisingly nice, and I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of satisfying just popping that barrel on. I mean, obviously, it doesn't make a difference in a positive way, because this thing doesn't have that much power in it, because that's the prime length. And plus the fact that it's a Nerf Fortnite blaster, which basically means that they're cheaping out, essentially. Like, they make the shell, and then the internals are just like gritty and not very smooth. Overall performance, though, of this thing, very nice. Considering its size, it probably could have, you know, shot a couple more darts. It could have made it, I don't know, slightly bulkier. Put a couple of more darts in it. I don't know. I don't design these things. Trigger again looks to be hinged. And let's just check this take up. There's a little bit of take up before the catch releases, but overall, the trigger feels good, you know. It feels good. The whole thing is rather large, as you can see. No painted detail on the other side, it's just yellow. You get Nerf and Fortnite, which mine arrives scuffed. Yeah, okay, cool. That's fine, actually. Trying to maybe get that off. I don't really want that memory on there. But anyway, you've also got, I don't know if you can see that, you got Fortnite on the one side of the barrel, and then, obviously, of course, you got Nerf on the other side. No decals, no paint, because why would they paint something if you're only buying it for Fortnite? Overall, back to the overalls. The performance is good. It is kind of satisfying to put the barrel on. Loading is very easy. It's just like a Mega Magnus, but elite, so smaller. And yeah, it is just a solid little thing. I mean, obviously, it's not as small as the Double Strike, and it only holds one more dart. But if you want something big and ridiculous, and I guess if you kind of want to feel James Bondy while you're holding it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, if you can find, okay, gonna go back. If you can find this thing for cheap, go for it. It's kind of worth it. Mostly for the aesthetics. It's just a long pistol, and it compacts down a little bit. Not by a lot, but by a little bit. But yeah, overall, it's quite nice. It's quite nice. Yeah. Recommendations. If you're into the Fortnite line, you've probably already got this. If you're not into the Fortnite line, and you're looking for a pistol, look elsewhere. Because this thing is just, it's also very creaky. I don't know if you can hear that very well. Just hold on. It's like the material's very cheap. Because it's Fortnite. Why would they make a decent quality thing for Fortnite? Anyway, yeah. Just, if you can find that, yeah. Give it a go. Give it a go, at least. And speaking of Mega Magnus, we have two more here. And they are both And they are both mega. First up though, we have the Mega Cyclone Shock. You see, it says it there. It says Cyclone Shock. So this is basically just a Mega Strong Arm. Or a Mega Maverick, if you're old enough to remember what a Maverick is. Yeah. So it's pull back, let go, fire. And you pull back and you let go and you fire. And you pull back and you let go and you fire. And it also has slam fire. Not very good. I didn't say it was good slam fire, but it's there. Cylinder. The cylinder is quite easy to rotate and get through. The loading also very easy. And just give these two darts an actual chance. There we go. One more. No. Thank you. So yeah, as you just saw, there are sometimes some rotation issues. I'm pretty sure that's just how it worked from the factory though. Because it seems like that happens to a lot of Mega Cyclone Shocks. But anyway, look at this thing. It is big, it is chunky, it is ridiculous. So, barrel up front, obviously, cylinder, end strike rail at the top. You got a foregrip looking thing because this thing needs a foregrip apparently. Yeah, it's that big that, you know, it's been a foregrip on a pistol. It's also got this. It's got a grip guard. It's got a grip guard. But they did leave a shit ton of space in this grip guard so that if you do have larger hands, which would be fitting considering it would be fitting. If you do have larger hands, they will not be an issue. Priming grip is this whole unit back here. It is big, it is comfortable, as you see. So halfway through, it rotates the cylinder, and then spring return, a very nice spring return at that, and then you pull the trigger and it goes and it fires a Mega Dart. The slam fire on this thing is kind of jank. I don't think it's supposed to have slam fire, to be fair. I can remember, for some reason, this thing having slam fire. Maybe this one doesn't. I don't know. Might be a later revision they took the slam fire out. Anyway, so overall aesthetics. Yeah, this thing is big. This thing is chunky. It's got a tactical rail right there. Right there. Just in case you need a scope on your pistol. You never know. Anyway. So yeah. The grip is big. It is comfortable. It is just... The grip on this thing is very nice. I will admit. The grip on this thing is very comfy. It's thinner at the front, thicker at the back to allow for the fingers, the fingies. The actual trigger itself, let's check this take up here. There's a little bit of take up, and then it's a clean break. It's a surprisingly clean break for something with just, ooh, beautiful. So yeah, Mega Cyclone Shock. Don't bother trying to mod this thing. It will brick itself. I haven't tried, personally, because I don't want to risk bricking this thing and having to get another one. I've seen a lot of people that have tried to modify their Cyclone Shock, and it either doesn't fire, or it doesn't rotate, all that kind of thing. So I will not be trying to modify this, because apparently it is just most Mega apparently is actually very finicky when it comes to being taken apart and modified. It doesn't like it, but for some reason. So yeah, I'm just not gonna bother. I'm happy with stock performance because it's Mega. It's like, it's bigger than Elite, and it flies just as far and hits just as hard. And yeah, Mega Cyclone Shot. If you're looking for a Mega Pistol, one, I like you. You're looking for a Mega Pistol. We're practically friends already. Number two, and the more serious one. If you are looking for a fieldable, bigger caliber pistol, do I recommend that you go for this or the Magnus? Now, the Magnus would be a lot thinner, a lot lighter, obviously. It's a 3-dart internal magazine, whereas this is a 6-dart revolver, which you can load on the fly. Whether you get this or a Mega Magnus, if you are looking for a Mega Pistol, is whether you prioritize capacity or weight. Because obviously this thing is a lot heavier, it's a lot more plastic. When it comes to the Magnus, however, you are giving up 3 separate shots, and you're also giving up the ease of reload that is a an open front cylinder. So really, it's entirely down to your playstyle, whether you get a Cyclone Shot or a Magnus. I personally, if I was going to run something with Mega in it, I would run this. Mostly for the 3 extra shots and the ease of reload. I don't really care about weight. I'm chunky enough as I am, so a bit more weight won't kill me. But you know, it is definitely one of those things where it's personal preference as to what you use. And I would use the Cyclone Shot. But again, up to you. If you can find this thing for cheap, go for it, because it is big, and it's fun, and it's big. It's Mega. I'm gonna recommend it either way, because it's a big dumb caliber, and as we've established, I like big dumb things. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, I own a Titan CS50, a fucking Rhino Fire, and a Havoc Fire, and I like dumb shit. I mean, I own a Rival Nemesis, for Christ's sake. So I like big dumb shit. And speaking of trying to modify and breaking it in the process and having to throw away and rebuy, the Mega Roto Fury. Now, story time, people. Story time. This is my second Mega Roto Fury, and I will tell you why this is my second one. Because the same day that my original Infamous gave out on me, I was sat in this very chair, and I went, okay, that's done. That's bricked, it's not working, doesn't want to rev anymore, doesn't want to fire, doesn't even want to attempt to reload the magazine. And I thought, hey, I already have my screwdrivers out. Let's see if I can modify this thing. I took it apart, I had a look at the internals, I couldn't do anything. I put it back together, and it wouldn't stop slam firing. I could not prime this blaster and then put the grip forward without it firing. The only way I could do it was if I full on slammed the grip backwards to ensure that it caught, and then very, very quickly pull the grip forward again. So, in order to not slam fire, I had to basically beat the ever-living shit out of the mechanism to get a normal shot, instead of one that fired by itself. Hasbro, I don't know what you did with these Mega, with Mega, the spring ones specifically, that they hate being taken apart so much that they will brick themselves into slamfire mode only and force you to buy another one if you don't want to use slamfire. I also had rotation issues because I'm big brain. Anyway, we have a second one now. And this one works normally, so we're going to talk about it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Mega Roto Fury. This is a pump action, 10-shot, slamfire enabled, 10-shot revolver. Don't fires Mega. So this boy is big. Obviously it's big. It fires Mega. Obviously it's big. But surprisingly compact, considering it fires 10 shots. The only other thing I can think of that fires 10 shots is the Mega Twin Shock, which is a big ass shotgun. A very big shotgun. To the point where they didn't use a regular pump grip on it. They used the actual foregrip. Because that thing was so heckin' big. And I gotta say, the ergo on this thing, beautiful. Just beautiful. Trigger. Very nice. No take up whatsoever. You give it pressure, it says no. And then you get a clean break. Slam fire. Works perfectly fine. Obviously, I wouldn't dry fire this thing too much. But yeah, this thing is pretty much designed to be a Mega Secondary. There are not many Mega Primaries. For good reason. For good reason, there isn't a lot of Mega Primaries. There is the Mastodon, which is like a Mega Rapid Strike, but carried like a fucking Gatling gun. Which is ridiculous, and I will get my hands on one eventually. I just need to find a space for it. Because it's a big boy. It's a big boy. But yeah. Anyway, back to the Roto Fury. So the Roto Fury, you got a barrel up front. You got a nice and big foregrip. Plenty of space to get your hand around and get some power on it. The actual grip itself is big, chunky, it fits with the line very well. There's obviously no stock to this, because no. There is no shoulder ability to this thing. This is just, I'm assuming this is purely for the spring that has like the spring and the plunger, so that it actually has somewhere to go. You get two Yeah, you get two dangly things. I can't remember what they're called now, and it's really pissing me off. You got a rail up top, and you got your 10 shots there, so you can load. You can load about 4 on each side. You might crimp it if you're loading it from the left to the top, but there are 6 direct load spots, and it takes a little bit of effort, but the cylinder does spin fairly freely. Like, it doesn't feel like you're gonna break it or anything, like with something else I know. Can't remember what right now, but there is something. So yeah, if you're looking for a mega sidearm to chuck on a sling, I just remember what these things are called. They're called sling points. If you're looking for a mega secondary that you can just off the hip or off a 2-point sling, then this is going to be the thing for you. If you're not into mega, obviously don't bother, because mega isn't for everybody. So if you're a... Jesus, I can't believe I'm about to say this. If you are a competitive nerfer, you're not going to want this. You're not going to want this. It's mega. Competitive nerfers don't like mega. Mega's it's too big. It doesn't fire hard enough. The projectile's too big. I don't really get hit by something of that caliber. And it's just, shut the everlasting fuck up. It's fun. That's what this thing is. It's fun. And if you enjoy fun, then a 10-shot pump action revolver is gonna do you wonders, because this thing is fun. And you know I like stupid fun, and I love this thing. And if you want something like this, then it's out there. You can get it. You can go for it. It's fun. Okay. I usually end these videos off with something, I don't know. Like, when it comes to the actual things, I usually end it off with something along the lines of, it's fun, it's big, it's stupid, go buy it. I don't really express an opinion or anything. This thing's fun as hell. Everything I've shown today is fun as hell. Everything I've shown in previous videos is fun as hell. And it's coming to a point in these videos where I can't just say it's fun, because all of these are fun. It's Nerf. It's supposed to be fun. If you take Nerf seriously, what are you doing? There are other things you can take more seriously in this world. Nerf is not one of those things. Nerf is meant to be dumb fun, with a bit of a cleanup afterwards, but dumb fun. And you just have a good time. You know, you just have a good time shooting each other. So yeah, that's gonna end this video off, I guess. If you did like it, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you don't miss when I upload another video. And yeah, I will see you all in